Welcome everyone to Alula Education. Today we have vocab lesson, so shall we start? Now, if you are following Alula Education, you know that this vocab lesson is the beginning of a series of vocab lessons, and our learning objectives are the following. Determine the meaning of grade level domain specific words using context clues and use them in real life based examples. We have 5 new vocab words that we're going to tackle today: prank, squirm, fooling, cushion, and detention. Then the second objective, we're going to design a Frayer model using one of the given vocab words. So our outline is going to be the following. We're going to start with a starter, and it's going to be called Guess the Words. Then we're going to move to the explanation of every single word alone. We're going to provide definition. We're going to provide synonym. We're going to provide a sentence example. Then we're going to introduce the Frayer model. What is a Frayer? How do we use it? And why do we use it? Then we're going to have a small sample of a Frayer model. And last but not least, we're going to have individual Frayers. So let's start. So these vocabs are taken from our poem April Fool's Day, and this is the presentation about the required vocab. So we are gonna start with the vocab, but before we actually do that, let's look at the pictures that we have here. How many words do I know from here? And how does the image help me? So the vocab required to be known are here: prank, squirm, fooling, cushion, and detention. So let us start with the first word, which is prank. And the word prank is actually a noun. So as you can see, this is the correct picture of the word prank. The definition is the following. A prank is a trick that is intended to be funny, but not to cause harm or damage. So the definition of the word prank is a trick, and as you already remember, we spoke about April Fool's Day in a previous lesson during week 1, and the word prank was already mentioned there as a trick that is executed on others. And we said that concerning pranks, we need to make sure that the prank is funny. So the person that is being pranked is supposed to laugh at the prank, and it's not supposed to cause anyone harm or damage. Now, if we want a synonym of the word prank, we can go for the word trick. And by synonym, I mean the meaning of the word. If I want to replace this vocab word with another word that matches the correct meaning, is the word trick. So prank equals a trick. Now, if I ask you, could you make any sentence example with the word prank? You can write your sentence example, and I got you one here, which is: the prank I did on April Fool's Day was awesome. People still talk about it even after all of these months. So you can see I used the word prank here. This is the vocab word used. Now let's continue with the second one, and I have the word squirm, and this is actually a verb. And the definition is the following. So squirm is a twist and turn with quick movement. So it's turning around, moving the body with quick movements. And if I want a synonym for the words, it's basically the word wriggle, which is actually making movements with the body, spinning, twisting, and turning. So the definition is twist and turn with quick movements, and our synonym is wriggle. Let's check the sentence example that I got for you, and this sentence is the following. Babies squirm a lot when I try to hold them. So imagine that you have a small baby. Babies usually they wriggle, they twist, they turn, and because they are quite small and they are not like really managing their bodies. Now continuing, I have the word fool. The definition of the word fool as a verb is act in a joking, frivolous, or teasing way. So this is acting in a very manner that is supposed to tease others. And a synonym for the verb fool is deceive. And as usual, last but not least, we have the sentence example. Some students in the class were fooling around, so the facilitator asked them to pay attention. So this is the word fooling, and here this is the verb we're fooling. Continuing, this is the word cushion. Okay, so it's quite simple, it's quite easy. It's a bag stuffed with some material like wool or others as shown in the picture. So a synonym for the word cushion is pillow, and you quite can see everything from the picture. It's actually like a small pillow. Let's check my sentence example provided for you. It says a cushion is used for sitting or kneeling around. So you can see that the word cushion is mentioned there as a noun. Now guys, moving to the last word, and it's detention. Now guys, this is a very important word. The word detention is the action of detaining someone or keeping someone. So you can see keeping someone, let's say that he did something wrong and we kept him after school hours for 2 hours in detention since he did something wrong. A synonym for the word detention is keep. And a sentence example, and it's a good student should never stay in detention after school hours. So this is the final word, which is detention. So guys, basically these are the most important vocab words that we are going to tackle in our next poem, April Fool's Day. Now a very important activity is going to be done now, which is the Frayer Model. Now we will watch a video together of the importance of Frayer Model, and then we'll come back to do an example together. Okay guys, so let's see, why do we use a Frayer model to analyze and know more about the vocab? So number one, it's to develop understanding of key concepts and vocabulary. Number two is to draw on prior knowledge to make connections among concepts. Number three, it's to compare attributes and examples. Number four, it's to think critically to find relationships between concepts and to develop deeper understanding of word meanings. This is a very important point. To make visual connections and personal associations. To create a vocabulary wall for quick reference of word meaning. As we already saw in the video, Frayer model is very important, especially when discussing vocab words. Just a quick reminder that the Frayer is divided into 4 main parts. The blue part is the first part with the definition, and the definition needs to be a small description of the vocab word. What is the meaning of this word in your own words? Then I have the next one, which is characteristics, and this is actually the pink part in the Frayer. And in the characteristics, you're supposed to have the features that help to recognize or distinguish the vocab word. So is it a verb? Is it a noun? Is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? These are all features that would help you recognizing the vocab word. Now guys, I move to the orange part, which is the sentence example. And I have in the sentence example a very important distinguished part. This is basically one of the most important parts in the Frayer. You need to put the vocab word that you chose in a complete sentence. So you need to start with a capital letter and you need to end it with a dot or a full stop. Now guys, I have the most beautiful part in the middle, which is actually the vocab words, and I have the illustration part, which is the green part in the Frayer. And here you're supposed to have a relevant illustration of the vocab word. You have to draw like a simple drawing or a picture that you can find online to be added in the illustration part. So for the Frayer model, I need to have a definition, characteristics, example, illustration, all around the vocab word in the middle. So this is basically about the Frayer. Let's go guys into applying one of the words that we took in our beautiful Frayer model. So guys, for you I chose the word prank. So you are free to choose any word that you like. I chose the word prank. Let's go to the definition. So a prank is a trick that is intended to be funny but not to cause harm or damage. So guys, you are free to use your own definition. I just want the main idea of the word prank to be there. Now guys, if I move to characteristics, the word prank is a noun. So let's try now to put the word in a complete sentence in the orange part, which is for the example. Okay, here one of the examples. Pranks are exclusive to April Fool's Day in my family. And guys, last but not least, I'm sure that this part you're gonna really do an awesome work, and you are free to design your own drawing, your own image illustration of the vocab word chosen here, which is prank. I want you to take your time and you are going to choose one of the given vocab words and you are going to design your own Frayer, including all 4 parts of the Frayer. Just make sure that you add the word in the middle, the definition, characteristics, examples, and illustration. You are free to choose any of the given vocab words. You can go for squirm, you can go for fooling, you can go for cushion, and you can go for detention. Here are the resources that I use for today's lesson. And guys, this was it for today's vocabulary lesson by Alula Education. Stay safe everyone and see you next time in another video.